Welcome to the AEW Dynamite post show. It's your boy ABE from DET.
I'm that ball bro for NYC.
Another great Dynamite is in the book, and it's great because they were in Canada. And look who's at the bottom. Chris Jericho returns. The Ayatollah of rock and roller is back in AEW. That's why Barbro has that I Love Jericho shirt on. Hell of a April Fool's when the music came on. I thought we were being pranked, but then he came out. I think he was expecting more of a reaction than what he got. He kept trying to get that crowd hype, but I am excited that Jericho picked to stay with AEW. What about yourself, Bob, bro?
I'm excited that he picked AEW too, and it just feels right with him coming back to AEW. And then I know a few of us are probably joking, like maybe he saw how that John Cena retirement tour went in WWE last year. He's like, nah, let me go over here. Let me stay over here. But in all seriousness, though, I see the chatter, from a lot of people who aren't happy with Jericho coming back. And let me just put this out to you real quick. Little revisionist history. 2018 Wrestle Kingdom, Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. That match is widely considered the catalyst that led to the eventual creation of AEW. If that match does not happen, if those two do not meet up in the squared circle in Japan for New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, AEW might not exist. So you have to give Jericho his props, like for what he meant for the very beginning of this company. And I understand that, the last couple of years have been a little rough with Jericho, not his best work, learning tree and other stuff like that. Hasn't been his greatest, but you know what? This man has a career spanning over 35 years. I mentioned the Wrestle Kingdom match with Kenny Omega, he being the inaugural AEW champion, because he was that face that was recognizable to wrestling fans all across the world. He was that one that could bring in, a lot of the older fans that know him for the decades. And I just feel like as fans, I don't like the idea of like telling someone that they should go away or they should not be or stick around. Like, I don't feel like me, or any of us like should tell these wrestlers like when to hang it up or when to not doing what they've been doing for like almost half their lives. So me personally, everything that I just mentioned about Jericho, if anyone has earned the right to go out on his own terms, to go out with a bang however he wants to do it, then I think Chris Jericho has definitely earned that right. He came back to Judas tonight. I think keep it basic. No goofy gimmicks, no more learning tree, no more factions. Like, do one nice solo run, gut feeling. I kind of feel him coming back to Judas. You know what? Maybe this is the last hurrah in a sense. Like, maybe this next year or so, like maybe this is the final, his final, just making the final rounds in AEW. But we'll see. But listen, for right now, I'm excited. I'm gonna see what they have to offer us going forward.
Shout out a couple people in the chat. She says, hi, my name is Kalista and it's my birthday. Please shout me out. Happy birthday to
Happy birthday
you.
to
Definitely.
you.
And
Happy
also,
birthday.
Kale Peanut Buddy. Hey, long time no see. Glad to have you tonight, AEW Dynamite. Damn good show. I'm happy Jericho back. Anybody who don't like it, hey, go to hell. Next up. The contract signing, which was interrupted by Chris Jericho, but MJF, Kenny Omega, they put the ink on paper. It is official, but out comes Speedball Mike Bailey. And I know some people was like, who the hell is this trio's little guy coming in? But on the mic, I was telling Barbro before we got on, he held his own. I didn't, when he was going toe-to-toe with MJF, I didn't see a stutter. I didn't feel like his acting skills were lesser than. I was actually, tonight was like, damn, Mike Bailey one day might belong at the top. So I was impressed with his mic skills going toe-to-toe in there with Kenny Omega and MJF. But good segment. This is leading up to later on in the main event. We'll talk about that. We're going to get MJF versus Speedball. But the contract signing, how'd you feel about this segment, Bob, bro?
I liked it, man. It was straight to the point. And, I love the back and forth between Omega and MJF. And Omega just seems like he's in top form. He mentions the fact that first matchup a couple years ago that he wasn't 100%, but he's back and better than ever right now. MJF trying to slip the details from his doctors, like, yeah, his guts can explode at any second, any moment, any time. So it's like Kenny's hourglass, the sand in his hourglass is like almost at the end right now. This kind of feels like it's his final chance, to get AEW gold once again. So the pressure's on Kenny. MJF's putting it on him personally, but Kenny seems he's up to task, and I think we're in for a great match next Sunday night. But like you said, Speedball Mike Bailey coming out there, he stood toe to toe with the devil himself, and like you said, he didn't stutter, he didn't
not one bit, man.
Sweat. Like he looked them dead in the eyes, like maybe the only way to shut your mouth is to put my foot right through it. And I felt that, man. And like I said, we'll talk about the main event later, but I think everyone delivered here, especially like I said, Speedball. I think he opened up a lot of people's eyes right there. He's not just a karate man out there that could kick your head off, man.
Right.
Like he got a little fire in his belly, man. He got a little personality, But him
right.
to succeed, and he'll do good. And I think he knocked it out of the park, man. And can't wait for Dynasty, and Speedball stocks are going up, in my opinion.
Yep. No pun intended, but Kenny in that interview was in full gear. That's because he had a match, 6-man tag, him, Brody King, Jack Perry versus The Demand, all type of BS. And our King Ricochet and The Demand, unfortunately, take the L. Kenny Omega, Brody King, and Jack Perry, the thief of that national championship, get the dub at Dynamite, but it was a damn good match. Great showing by The Demand, as always. But how'd you feel about this 6-man tag?
I mean, great action all around. I mean, listen, I know we sound like broken records every time we talk about, the Gates of Agony, but listen, ever since they joined up with Ricochet, and every time we see him on our TV, whether it's Dynamite, Collision, whatever, I mean, even Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling this past weekend, these guys are continuing to show out and improve every chance that they get. I mean, it's only a matter of time before they hold tag team gold, not just in AEW, but any promotion they decide to work into. I mean, like Toa just continues to impress, as well as Bishop. I mean, Toa is just like this man. He always leaves an impression that you're going to be talking about, the days afterwards. And Ricochet, I mean, listen, he's in top form right here. I mean, he's going toe to toe with Omega, who's fighting for the championship in a couple of weeks. I mean, like, who's to say Ricochet can't be in that level or in that main event spotlight that MJF and Omega? I mean, he's at the top of his game right now. I mean, but like I said, I think Ricochet would have had the dub wrapped up, but that damn Jungle Jack boy Perry, man, just always being a damn a nuisance. Right. He's like a damn gnat that you just can't swat away. He's just too small and elusive, not even Ricochet can get him. So that's why I think Lesnar's distraction in a nasty V trigger knee, then the one-winged angel for the 1, 2, 3. Ricochet's day in the sun will come, but unfortunately not tonight. I mean, Brody, Jungle Boy, and Omega were a formidable trio themselves. I mean, but definitely. Great action all around.
Definitely. And the action didn't stop there, as Pac and Ospreay, it never ceases to amaze me on a weekly basis. It may not be every match, but we always get one gem in Dynamite, and this was that you knew when you saw it on the bill what it was going to be, and it was that Pac Ospreay incredible match. Of course, you're going to get Ospreay picking up the win over Pac. It was so many spots in this match where I was like, Ospreay, you just came back, bro. Some neck shots, some suplexes. I'm like, bro, this guy is top tier selling, like Shawn Michaels, Dolph Ziggler level. But incredible match afterwards. Death Riders, man, I'm telling you, you need backup, Ospreay. He got his ass kicked once again. Ospreay let him know. I mean, Moxley let Ospreay know this is not personal, so don't make it a warning from the boss. But how'd you feel about Pac versus Ospreay, bro?
I mean, like you said, you watch Ospreay in this match, and you would not believe that this man was removed from action for over 5 months due to double fusion neck surgery. Like, there is no slow playing this man. There is no first gear or second gear. He came back and he hit full throttle ever since he came back. And this is what it was going to happen with Pac. But it may have been small little details, but there is a little bit change in Ospreay's offense. Man, he's added some power. You look at him; he's buffed up a little bit. He looks a little stronger. He caught Pac in the middle of the air, hit him with a nasty brain buster right there. We know the acrobatics, the aerial assassin that he is, but he's added the power game to his repertoire. And that's what he's gonna need Dynasty when he goes 1v1 against Moxley. Like, he's gonna have to use that new addition to his game to have his hand raised at the end. And like you said, the Death Rider's just the numbers advantage right there. Ospreay does need help. We'll see what happens going forward. But I just love with Jon Moxley. Like, he's not the guy that has to get all loud and yell for him to send a stern message and a stern warning to Ospreay. It's nice and cool and calm, like a la Jake the Snake Roberts back in the day. When he delivered that message or those threats, man, you heard him firmly, but a nice, calm and quiet tone. Where when he was done speaking, like, oh shit, this guy means business. Like you said, Mox said, this ain't personal for me. Don't make it personal. I love that delivery right there. You don't got to scream at the top of your lungs to make a statement, man. It's all about tone and the man who's making the statement that makes it long lasting. And I guarantee you that's in the head of Ospreay right now.
Definitely. The women, they took the baton next. We had a trios match. Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter with Mina Sarakawa versus the Triangle of Madness and the AEW World Champion Tekla. Great match. I enjoyed this from top to bottom. Jamie Hayter showed them that she hits hard. Land Julia Hart out with the lariat, getting the 1, 2, 3 for the baby faces. I love this match, and I'm just really starting to like Tekla's title reign, how she's conducting herself. She's starting to feel like a star, so I hope this continues. And a glimpse in this match, I do like the tag team scenario with Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter, but let's not get too attached to that because Jamie Hayter is still world champion material. I would like to see her with this belt before the end of the year, but I also enjoy this tag team, so I got to take a little bit of both. But how'd you feel about this match, Bob, bro?
Fun trios match all around. I mean, listen, like you said, Tekla just continues to prove that she is next woman up. She is the next superstar in the making right there. This is why Tony Khan gave her an early contract extension, because he sees the potential and we see it every week. I mean, we know what a beast and demon that she is in the ring, but just the attitude and charisma that she has to connect with the crowd on a weekly basis. I mean, she has it all. She is a 5-tool player in this AEW women's division now and in the future going forward. I mean, her and Mina Shirakawa have great chemistry, whether singles, tag team, and trios like tonight. They always seem to knock it out of the park. And like you said, yeah, Jamie, I mean, she's doing great work along with Windsor in this tag team, but like you said, she has singles championship aspirations still to accomplish, in my opinion. She picked up the victory over Julia Hart, so who knows, maybe this does lead to a title match for the women's championship against Tekla, maybe at Dynasty. We'll see. But I mean, you know, they could go for the tag gold together, and Hayter could do her own thing, going for the women's title against Tekla. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Ooh, that would be a nasty knock 'em out, drag out brawl right there. But fun action all around from all the ladies in this trios match. And before we continue, we got to go back and we got to talk about Miss Willow Nightingale.
Yes.
Miss Willow Nightingale issuing an open challenge for a TBS title for Collision, which is actually tomorrow night. So remember, it's not Saturday, it's tomorrow night. We got men's Final Four this Saturday night, so they got to move it to tomorrow night, Thursday. So little interesting tidbit. If you go back and listen to the end of Willow's promo, you hear a drilling noise in the background, and it's like, that's kind of odd, man. It sounds like a damn drill that you would hear at a dentist's office right there. I'm like, is a certain dentist going to make her way back? Is she closing up shop at the office for the night and coming in for that TBS title? We shall see. I've heard people say, is it the CEO making a return? All due respect, the CEO is not coming back on a taped episode of Collision. Like, a bigger stage is only acceptable for the CEO. I think tomorrow night, don't be surprised if we get DMD.
And stay tuned for the post show right here on the Holy Shhh Podcast to find out what happened if you don't see it live. This next segment, Christian Cage is an absolute goddamn menace, man. They came out with the chairs. Adam Copeland was talking about how They're coming to take out anyone in their way. He thought that was the signal to hit Renee with the chair. Adam Copeland had to stop Christian Cage. Like, calm down, man. We're after FTR. They end up finding them. All type of shit went down. But this was absolutely hilarious when he was about to take out Renee. But how you feel about this whole Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, FTR tag team circle?
I mean, I love the dynamic between Copeland and Cage at this point of their careers. Like, I mean, Copeland is playing straight babyface, and Christian is just the asshole that he's always been. Like, I like that they haven't changed their dynamic. And, you know, like you said, Renee was almost the wrong place, wrong time right there.
Man.
It don't surprise me Christian would try something like that. But I love the hunt that they're on for FTR. I mean, you know, it's considering what they did to Renee. I mean, sorry, to Beth Copeland back at All Out. While we were there, we saw that crime happen in person.
Yes,
that shit was
live.
insane. That spike pile driver was nasty. But I mean, we saw, like, it wasn't just Renee that almost got it. We saw freaking Rocky and Trent. They also wrong place, wrong time. I see people online say, "Oh, Trent don't deserve that." Yeah, Trent deserves that.
Yes, he does.
Why are you in FTR's locker room? And two, let's not forget last year, like you pushed Big Justice, a kid, down to the ground during the pre-show at All In, and also you broke the hearts of freaking Orange Cassidy, and you turned back on Chuck Taylor, your longtime tag team partner. Trent always deserves it. He always deservedly gets the smoke, so it was well deserved.
Definitely. That leads us to the impromptu main event that was made earlier in the evening. MJF Speedball Mike Bailey. If you thought Mike Bailey is the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, you thought wrong. MJF retains and still great showing, though. The Karate Kid did excellent. Kenny Omega had a front row seat for what he has coming soon on Dynasty. But once again, MJF proves they're not on the level of the devil. Bro, the main event, how you feel about it?
I loved it, man. It's one of the rare impromptu main events we do get in AEW. Normally, everything is laid out from start to finish before we would turn on the TV. But I like this little impromptu main event right here. And like I said, I think Speedball stocks are going up right here. We knew about the demon that he is inside the ring. But like I said, the promo he cut on MJF earlier in the night right there showed some fire, showed some tenacity that we haven't seen before. And he backed it up in the ring right there. He had MJF on the ropes from start to finish. I mean, he was kicking him low, high, mid, all that stuff. MJF, you know, he was seeing the stars on that American flag. That's how hard he was getting kicked. But I mean, MJF, like I said, he's just on a whole nother level right now. He is the best in the entire business right now. That's why he does have that triple B. That's why he is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. That's why it's going to be the tallest task, even for a guy like Kenny Omega. I mean, at the point of his career, to take that belt off of MJF right now. I mean, like I said, he's firing in all cylinders. He baited in Bailey a couple of times, missing with the jumping knees from the top rope, caught him with the tombstone pile driver on the apron. Notice he looked at Omega. He's like, "Yo, this is you."
Right.
That hit him with that nasty heat seeker for the 1, 2, 3, and like you said, took him out after the bell. Omega too slow to save his boy Bailey, and MJF, you know, tonight he got the one up on Omega. We got one more week to go. Let's see if Omega could kind of square things up next week before heading into Dynasty. I mean, look, he's coming in as the hometown hero. It's in his home country, so MJF, you know, he's going into beyond enemy lines, but I think that's where he's at his best right there. When the whole world is against him, when they want him to lose, when they want their hometown guy to win, I think that's where MJF is at his best, his most dangerous, where he's going to do everything in his power to not just beat Omega, but make that entire fan base go home sad and crying and upset. I think the devil is going to retain at Dynasty, unfortunately, for all the Omega fans there live in person.
I agree with you 1000%. But like we always do at this time, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you giving AEW's Dynamite tonight, bro?
I'm going to give tonight, I'll give it a decent score. I'll give it a 8.3.
8.3, solid.
Yeah,
I'm up there
I give
with
it 8.3 tonight. You know, like I said, great action tonight. You know, we expanded on some storylines, especially, you know, we furthered you know, Osprey and Mox going forward, Omega and MJF, the intensity for that match is just rising, to a fever pitch right now. That's a match of the year candidate right there. And I love the backstage stuff with Copeland and Christian Cage. And hey, Chris Jericho's back, man. Like let's see what happens with it. I think if done right, it could work. And like I said, I am all in favor of all-time greats and legends calling their own shot and going out on their own terms, however they see fit. I don't think Jericho will be here for a long time, but hopefully he's here for a good time, to wrap it up. And that's, like I said, he came back to Judas. Just a couple of things. Judas, great. No goofy gimmicks, no learning tree, no factions. I want him to run solo right here. Like, just, nice solo run to wrap it up, and like I said, I think he's more than earned that right to go out on his own terms.
Definitely. I'm up there a little higher than you. I gave it a 9.1. I thought it was in the A's just because very few times does professional wrestling as a grown man kind of shock me. I did think Jericho was coming back, but not tonight. That was kind of random. It was no lead up to it. It wasn't a commercial saying Jericho's coming back next week. I like that about professional wrestling. Just let the shit play out. Let it happen. You don't got to build stuff up. The ratings will come. So 9.1, great show. Love Speedball's development. My King Ricochet got screwed, but hey, the ladies 6-man tag was great. The men's also, can't complain. 9.1. Bob, bro, what's going on with Group Chat Wrestling before we get out of here?
Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on X at GW Podcast UK, on TikTok and Instagram as well, GW Podcast UK, where we upload clips from all of our episodes. Thank you for the continued support. And also as well, follow us here on the Holy Shhh Podcast, for our post shows for Dynamite, for Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Also follow us on the Holy Shhh Sports Podcast as well. I mean, we got NCAA Final Four action for both the men's and the ladies. We will be reviewing tomorrow. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live, baby. It's going to be a fun night tomorrow. And then also you will be seeing Mets reaction vids from yours truly right here on the Holy Shhh Podcast page, as well as my personal socials as well. You can follow me on TikTok, That Ball Bro, as well as Instagram as well, That Ball Bro. Come follow my highs and lows as a Mets fan, laugh, cry, get mad with me. It's going to be fun this entire season.
It'll be mostly crying, I guarantee.
Yeah, man, listen, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you're going to enjoy the show and we'll grow together.
We will. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. It's your boy ABE from DET.
I'm That Ball Bro for the NYC.
You guys have been tuning in to the AEW Dynamite post show with the Holy Shhh Podcast. Peace.